this is incredibly frustrating. I want to start with you, Phil, because you're a former law enforcement officer, and the demands that are being put on this ICE agent by the local authorities, by the Democrats, by the protesters in the streets, that like in that split second, he should have assessed that she didn't really want to run him over, that possibly he wasn't in mortal danger, that really there was no need to fire because maybe it was just going to be a gentle run over, something maybe just a foot and not his entire body. Especially now that we know this same guy got dragged 100 yards 6 months ago at a different ICE stop and was seriously injured. Like it's completely irrational, and it's not consistent with the legal standard that's going to get applied to this case.
No, and I want to talk about that legal standard because what we have seen, once again, as we typically do in law enforcement shootings, is we see the left and those on social media looking at this through the 2020 hindsight versus the objective analysis that's supposed to apply. And look, we see this breathless hysteria also setting in rather than this calm, thoughtful legal analysis. And I might say, before I tell you that legal analysis, I want to point out Jacob Frey, the mayor there. I wonder if he's like certifiably insane in light of his abhorrent comments that were clearly designed to fan the flames of this hysteria. The Supreme Court told us in a number of cases, but really the seminal case involving use of force is Graham versus Connor from 1989. And they clearly said specifically in their ruling that all police use of force must be reasonable, and that reasonableness must be judged, listen to this, from the perspective of the officer on the scene, from the officer you just showed in those videos in front of that car, hearing that revving of that engine, seeing those tires spinning, and having been through this before and hospitalized and damn near killed. We're supposed to look at it from his perspective, not the 2020 lens of hindsight, because these officers, as the court tells us correctly, because I've been there, these are split-second judgments. These are tense, uncertain. They are rapidly evolving circumstances. And lots of factors have to be considered, such as what is the suspected crime, whether the suspect poses an immediate threat of safety to not only the officer's safety, but others in the area. All of those things have to be taken into consideration, and that's what we call objective reasonableness, not the 2020 hindsight that we see coming from all of the breathless hysteria on the left. But that is the law, and it's a shame we can't wait for an investigation to reveal all these things before you have the mayor and the governor come out there making these really, really reckless and inflammatory statements.